All right. Good day, fight fans. The source for the Examiners here with Phillipe, the Filipino assassin Nover. Phillipe, how you doing, bro?
Hey, how's it going, guys? How's everybody? I'm good.
Glad to hear. I mean, so how are you doing right now? Your last fight, man, we were supposed to fight Sam Stout.
Wow. I really don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but everyone heard the news from Dana White's Twitter, and but the outcome now, after seeing a lot of specialists and a few different doctors, it was most likely a syncable episode. It's just like I fainted, just like I was on the show. It wasn't a seizure. I saw a neurologist. I did an EEG exam. I did an MRI in my head. I did a CT in my head. I did diabetic tests. I was just in doctor's office after doctor's office, and the outcome is it's most likely from probably the change in weight, maybe like overeating after a big weight cut, plus the anxiety. So I'm gonna have to see a few things. I might do some yoga. I might do some breathing exercises. I'm gonna have to walk around a little bit lighter, and it's not gonna happen again. I guarantee that it's not gonna happen again.
Did they find any connection with that to the time that you passed out during the UFC fighter show?
Yeah, well, the thing is with that, when I passed out on the show, I never had any medical follow-up. I didn't mention, it was in the beginning of the show, so I didn't want to mention to anyone that I wanted to see a doctor. And then, being that, after I came back from the show, I just sort of forgot about it, and I didn't think that it would be an issue. So, the connection there was when I got to Vegas, I remember cutting a lot of weight too. So that could be an issue. Plus, maybe anxiety. When Dana White was there, he's like, hey, I'm Dana White. You're in the Ultimate Fighter. You got to fight tomorrow. I was like, what? So, that's what happened on the show. But backstage, I really don't know how the anxiety was an issue. I fight plenty of times before with lots of pressure. I fought guys, before Sam Stout. He's not such an intimidating guy. I know him, he's a great guy. I'm not really intimidated by him. I know he's a great fighter. I was 100% prepared. So, it might have been a nutritional thing where I really just overate, or I wasn't, I wasn't eating properly. Maybe I know I'm into gorging myself after a weigh-in. So I linked up with a nutritionist also. So, I got a lot of people on my team now and that are professionals at this stuff, and I'm not gonna let that happen again.
It must be too much balut at the same time.
It could be too much balut. I'm gonna tell you, I've been eating a lot of Filipino food in the last couple of weeks, man.
So, what's your what weight do you walk around with when you're not training?
Right now I'm about 170, 168 to 170. I know a lot of 55ers walk around 170.
So that's not such a bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not such a bad weight cut. I guess, but each body, I guess, is a little different. I don't come from that wrestling background, so it might, cutting weight was totally new for me. Even before getting to the UFC, I used to fight at 170. I never cut weight before, but now, you have to cut weight because the guys who fight at 170 cut from 185. So there's no way I would be moving up to 170.
They're just so much more bigger, huh?
Yeah, they're a lot bigger. So, in the smaller shows, you get a guy who's fighting at 170, but also walks around at 170, and you could do that. But in these events, in the UFC, you gotta cut weight. So, but I might walk around a little bit lighter, maybe 165, 164. Maybe even 163 around there, and I don't have to do such a big cut. Because it's not only the stress on the body that before a fight that can be harmful, but this is stress mentally. It's a big, everything is a it's a big mental challenge.
True, and you're a nurse, man. That's a stressful job,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I do this a little bit. I actually picked up a couple extra shifts in the last few weeks. Stress to stress, man. I guess fighters, as a pro fighter, fighting on that high level and that stage, I just kind of have to deal with it. Some people have like a little performance anxiety, and I'm going to have to deal with it. I even know I heard George St. Pierre had to see a sports psychologist before fighting BJ. So I mean, not too many guys could perform in front of millions of viewers, and some people can get the jitters inside, but it might be an issue like that. But we'll see what happens. I'm seeing the professionals, and my next fight, whoever it is, whenever it is, I'm going to be 100% physically and mentally.
Right on, absolutely. And I was gonna ask you that. So, what does the future hold for Phillipe Nover? Have you talked to Dana White? You guys have any plans laid out? And what's keeping you busy these days?
Let's see. Well, right after that incident, Dana White was really cool about it. Joe Silva was cool about it. The whole UFC, the whole UFC personnel, they were all very cool about what happened. They it wasn't my fault, and I'm really glad that I give them a really my blessing. It's just crazy that they actually even gave me my win bonus and my show money, which was
wow.
As a fighter you live check to check. So
wow.
Tears came to my eyes when I heard that they were providing that for me and Stout. We both prepared ourselves, and when I woke up from the incident, I was ready to go. So I was like, Joe Silva, I was like, listen, I'm fighting. Like, get the doctor out of here. I'm good. I'm fine. And the doctor was like, no, you're not fighting. And that's when I really broke down, because it wasn't in my hands at that point. When the doctor said no, and I just couldn't do it. So, but my hat goes off to Dana White. He's was professional. I know a lot of people shit talking stuff about that, but for me, he's been great, and I'm hoping to fight. Communication is open between us, and I'm working on a fight possibly in the next few months. And when things get official, I will definitely let you guys know. I'll post it up on my website and my Facebook and Twitter and stuff. But and what I've been up to lately, let's see. I've been training a lot. I'm still training. Not training directed toward someone in particular, but just improving on my weaknesses, like my wrestling. I still got a lot of wrestling to do. I still got a lot of things to work on. So there's a lot of things I got to do.
Absolutely, right on, man. That's good to hear. And can you tell us? Tell us about the emotion that goes into it. Last year we were talking, and you were about to blow up around this time. Like you had the Ultimate Finale coming up and all that. Talk about your recent misfortunes. Does it frustrate you? Your fight with Bradley, that was like, a questionable stoppage. And, of course, that Ultimate Finale, you had that too,
Yeah, it was kind of weird, because I had such a big Raw coming out. No one ever heard of me. And I've been on a roller coaster going up. And now it's kind of like I'm going on this roller coaster down. It's not like I'm even losing fights legitimately.
Exactly.
The Bradley fight was just, I think it was a bad referee call, and I lost a little exchange. I lost a flurry. And then I passed out before a fight. It's been a big bump in my career, the last few things. But, every day I look at my life, and I just say I'm happy to be where I am. There's a lot of fighters out there who wish they were in my spot, and I'm happy with my life. So I'm really I got nothing to be ashamed of if I lose a fight, or if things happen I have no control of. I'm going to continue to train and pursue my passion and pursue my dreams as I've been doing, before even getting on the show. So I love what I do, and I'm going to continue doing it, whether whether I get supporters or whether my body holds up or not. I'm going to continue doing it, and you'll still see me out there. I still got that beast in me, trust me.
Right on. I'm glad to hear that, because any lesser person would have quit, because those breaks were tough, and like you said, it's not like you lost, those were just really bad breaks. So I'm glad that you're still holding your head up, man.
Yeah, thank you.
And on a different note, man, I know you're a Manny Pacquiao fan.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.